Okay, so now we need to put in the code that will prevent us from losing a life when we jump above the top of the screen. So, everybody needs this code, even if you're not jumping off the top of your screen, because I don't want you limited to placing your platforms on the bottom half of the screen. I want you to be able to put them anywhere on your screen. So, what's going to happen is your player will jump off the top of the screen, but then when gravity acts on them, they will come back down. Now, we do want the player to get jumped to the start and lose a life if they leave the room on either side or at the bottom of the screen. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at our outside room code in our hero object. Right now, when we leave the room, we set lives relative to -1, which means we lose a life, and we jump to the start position. We only want this to happen if we leave at the sides or the bottom. Now, the way we determine where our character is we can look at our hero object's X and Y value. If their Y value is 0 or greater, that means they're on the screen. So that's when we want them to lose a life if they leave the screen, only when their Y value is larger than 1. Because if their Y value is smaller than 1, if it's 0 or a negative number, that means they are above the top of the screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Control tab, and we're going to check our Y value. So drag in this test variable, and the variable we're testing is the Y value of our self, the hero object. So, if our Y value is larger than 0, or you could put 1 here, it doesn't really matter. But if our Y value, I'm going to put if it's larger than 1, then that means that we are at least 1 pixel down from the top of the screen, and we should lose a life if we go outside the room. So, now, in order for both of these things to happen, if Y is larger than 1, I've got to put them in blocks. Hit OK. So now when I play my game, I should lose a life if I leave the room at the sides or the bottom, but I should not lose a life if I leave the room at the top. So you can see I can jump outside the room and I do not get bounced back to the start. The only time I get bounced back to the start is if I leave on the right, left, or bottom.